We're still, we just got this one, and we're still kind of getting used to using it as a reserve. It's actually intended to be our reserve hazmat truck.
So if you don't have air on this one, how do you use your air tools?
We didn't bring them over.
We brought the pack
We wouldn't
in.
be able to use them.
Your bag?
We use those off cylinders off there.
You do use?
Yeah, the regulator here hooks into an air cylinder. This is for the low pressure bags, and there's another one here for the high pressure bags. They run off
You
air
can
cylinders.
you can run them off your SCBA's?
Yep. Yep. So we also have, if you looked on the other side, we had all the rope gear. And then in the back here, we got our Stokes basket, which has our Arizona Vortex. And what else is in there, Derek?
Up there, just the Vortex.
Just the Vortex is in the Stokes.
Sked and all the tie back.
Seriously?
Yes. How many do you have?
About 6.
Yeah. You guys have any questions? I mean, I can go over the whole.
Just go over it.
Yeah, essentially, what the objective is basically, guys, these are our concrete eaters. Excuse me, I'm gonna call you that. These are our concrete eaters. Basically, when the dog's alert on somebody, we can't do it. We just can't make a fulcrum out of a person, okay? You know, that is basically a person here and you make a teeter-totter out of them. We would not like to do that, okay? That's when we turn it over to these guys, okay? These guys are heavy rescue, and make sure you know the difference. Actually, what's the difference between heavy rescue is basically more of breaching, shoring. If you all, when we go out to the Middletown training area, you'll see the building where they put shorings and things like that. These are the guys that are actually shoring up and making sure that nothing collapses on things. What we try to do is sometimes it's not safe for the human beings to search. That's when we use the disposable dogs to go in and search, okay? Once the dogs are alerted, Mars. Okay, yeah. Dogs are, we want to save a life, okay? And we don't lose a dog in the middle, we don't want to do that, but yes, that is something that is very important. These gentlemen will basically, the gentlemen and ladies will basically pick a building up for me, where they're going to drill a hole through it for me, okay? They're really nice, because they'll actually, I've worked with them up in Henryville, they're really nice up there. So if I need something moved, after a dog alerts, they do it. Or they did not move it, and they dig down to them. That's really what they're designed to do on this thing.
So we do have, we were talking about when we're doing searches, dog alerts on somebody, we can drill a pilot hole and we have a camera that we can stick through that hole. And then that tells us, like he was talking about, whether we're going to move it or we're going to dig underneath and try to dig to them. We also have,
Air shores are on the other side. With the,
we also have what we call shoring, which is what he was talking about, where it may not be safe to go in. We actually go in and build a structure underneath whoever's fallen to hold it up while we go in and search. So you got these little, I don't know who's familiar with these, but these are air shores. And basically they're adjustable. You put air on them, it adjusts to where it's supposed to be, and then holds. You lock it in place, and it'll hold that slab above your head or wherever you need to. These come in all kinds of different sizes. I know we've done training lots of times. We used to come to, you guys used to come to JSOP training, and we would shore up a place and let you guys go in and
So
search
if
it.
y'all are heavy rescue, are any of y'all riggers, like certified riggers?
We're not certified, OSHA certified, but we are, what do you call it, AHJ certified.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
girls are our riggers.
so heavy lift certification, do y'all ever assist in diving operations with heavy lift?
We've never done that. No, we don't do anything related to diving.
Okay.
We never have. We've talked about it, and since the merger, since we became Anchorage-Middletown, they've talked about it, but it hasn't happened yet.
Well, if you're interested, let me know.
I am very interested, and we have a lot of us here, and I believe Derek's one of them. That would be- What's that? Are you really? But we do have probably a dozen divers throughout the department that would be interested in something.
Okay, so if you're seriously interested in heavy lift,
Yeah.
for diving operations, we can put on a heavy lift class.
Oh, that would be awesome.
They'll actually bring in cranes and stuff like that. I'm one of the assistant dive masters for that class.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, we.
Where do you work?
I actually work for AT&T.
Oh, do you
I do
really?
this as volunteer, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm one of the divers for the team.
Okay.
So we have our own dive team internally.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the instructor that I assist under, he is the ATF bomb and heavy lift instructor for the Southeast.
Oh, wow.
So he does, if you're interested also in doing underwater EOD, we can do EOD, we can do heavy lift, we can do all that. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be definitely very interesting.
Yeah, let me explain a little bit what JSOC is, okay? Jefferson County Special Operations, okay? Yes, this is a large part of the JSOC unit, okay? JSOC's kind of spread throughout the Jefferson County unit, okay? J-Town has a nice unit, 61, is it still 61?
Yes.
61, it's a tiller truck, it has a lot of heavy, medium to light heavy rescue stuff on it. Trench stuff is really located still in Highview, I think.
We actually have a trench trailer out back there.
You got trench
We
trailer.
have Oklahoma, Highview, us, and PRP.
Yeah. So it really started from the trench rescue team and it evolved from there. So which is a great thing is because it's trenches, we don't do trench. Everybody said, repeat after me. We do not do trench, okay? That's OSHA regulated and you're trench rescue, okay?
Yes.
Okay, we don't get near them. We get about this far away from them, okay? That's how far we are from them. Because the trench is a whole other world in itself. Because if they're doing something, we have discussed with some of the fire chiefs about using the dogs on locating someone in a trench or collapse. Because all it is a deep grave, a shallow grave. And the dogs can be alert on that, but we need to make sure that foundation is stable, and that's what they do. Now the other entities, obviously hazmat things, we do not do hazmat. You know, all we got is an N95 mask. That's about what we can do. Okay, so we stay away from them when they start yelling hazmat. We will report them. Okay, we report those things to them, and they will take over from us. That's why I leech onto these guys. If like they were in Henryville, I leached onto those because I knew what resources we had available. Okay, because I don't know what some small township may have or may not have. So the 20s and the 88s. The 80s are usually more EMS units and specialized rescue. So when you see this one, or the 80 is what's 20 now?
Yeah,
20. J-Town is 61. You'll start seeing these trucks. I'll probably get a list of these little trucks. And Hy-Vee's got a nice new, more automobile rescues, but at least give me a jam. And it's really good for tornadoes because they can lift like a very small wall and things like that and do some basic stuff. Because we're looking at. Our goal is tornadoes and not really the big earthquakes, is that we all be going across the earthquake or hurricanes and things like that. So that's what they're really designed to do. And then this truck, or this one and the other truck, has a couple things that we want to be able to offer on it. They can drill a hole. Like he said, he can drill a hole for a camera. He can actually drill a hole, what I've done in the past, where we've had a big slab, kind of like this whole thing just falls down. I'll ask him, hey, can you give me a hole this size? Well, I don't want to hold the size over there in that corner. Dog knows. He can put positive pressure because they're used to doing that on the fires. They want to ventilate the system. All they're going to do is ventilate the system. And in your synth theory classes that you're taking, basically they're going to put a positive pressure, and then they're going to blow up through it. And we can search a building pretty quickly without even committing people standing on top of them. Because that's really embarrassing when you're standing on somebody and they start hollering at you. Never done it before. It was a baby doll, by the way. This truck, what else do you have on this truck? You have shoring, you have breaching.
Shoring, breaching, brake. Well, the breaching and braking stuff is on our normal unit, but we didn't switch it over because we didn't have the space or the capabilities.
And that's the stuff that has explosives on it?
Yes. Yeah, well, that didn't make, actually, you know what? No, it didn't make it over. The explosives didn't make it.
They won't let me touch this one.
Yeah, the explosives, it sounds a lot better than it really is. They're basically big firecrackers. We drill a hole, stick them in there, crack the concrete, and then we go in and break it. So it's not what you would think.
Yeah.
Although we put enough caps in there a couple times to make some debris fly.
They also got some real nice chisels. Maybe next time when we do this, we actually did it, I don't know if anybody here did that, but they actually will go to the training center and let us actually use the chisel. They actually have a couple chisels, like a jackhammers, or that's on the other truck, but has jackhammers and some really nice small chisels You got the K-12 salt list?
K-12's on that
Yeah.
side over here,
They won't let me have one of those either. The reason I want to do this is because the reason I
Yep,
want you to be
this one here with the
watching
diamond blade
on-
cuts concrete, almost like butter. We do have some of our smaller breakers on here. Small, healthy breakers. And that'll break up some smaller pieces of concrete. But the other unit, we got 90, big old 90-pound breaker that
That didn't work out so well. He was so bad.
Yeah, their objective is to gain access to the patient.
yeah.
They've also got a lot of good paramedics on here. That are more disaster paramedics. At the bottom are still Wyoming. But the paramedics are starting to train more disaster trainings, things like that. That's more disaster patient training, which is kind of nice. Is one of your agencies more disaster or medical training?
Not really. Actually, most of the guys that are more field care kind of people are assigned to the field.
Yeah, okay, so they're assigned to this one.
Yeah, there's not really one ambulance.
Okay. I don't know, is it more disaster?
Let's see, we also have everybody's on here. We look through some small distances. For steel, we have cutting torches. We got a plasma cutter and a petrogen torch that we carry.
What's that?
Petrogen torch basically uses vaporized gasoline.
Didn't even touch it last time.
Yeah, it's actually, we've only had it probably 2 years or so. Yeah.
But let's play the, what's showing the torture you're talking about?
Yeah,
I won't even let him touch my heat shrink torch.
Because the oxygen and acetylene are so, you have to carry so much to get stuff done. This is just a basic petrogen torch. You put gasoline in there, pump it up to PSI, and then it cuts just as hot, maybe even a little bit hotter than oxyacetylene.
Okay. Mm-hmm. One of the tricks that we learned from these guys, really simple thing. Once the dog's made the find, we're kind of turning it over to them. We've got to support them, okay? If they say go in the truck and grab a widget, you know what a K-12 saw is, okay? We got to support these guys. And that's actually one of the cool things they had taught us was, remember, when rebarb's sticking through, Holly's going to yell at you. Remember, when rebarb's sticking through somebody, remember, what you don't do is don't move that, okay? That's why the torch is there, okay? Because a lot of times our patients are stuck on stuff. We lost them.
Gotta make it so that the torch doesn't, or the rebar doesn't be
The reason why I really push this is we lost a gentleman up in Evansville. He had something stuck in his neck. As soon as they moved him, he bled out, okay?
He was talking to them until they got him.
They was talking to him, and when they got him out, he immediately, they removed some in the field, decided to move it, and he bled out immediately. It wasn't us, and I'm glad it wasn't us. But that's one thing we want to do. And then also one of the things they teach on this is patient care is really important when you have a rebar stuck in someone. That gets really, really hot. It travels down that rebar. And that's one thing they taught us is just simple diaper rash ointment around the rebar will absorb that moisture so it doesn't go into the body. Because you don't want to heat and cauterize that thing. So yeah, so if you see these guys starting cutting things like that, or if you see a non-trained USAR worker starting to cut on something and start removing it, remember that heat's going to travel down that rebar and go into that body, okay? So it doesn't matter what it is, but make sure you know that happens. That's why a lot of us have the tubes of zinc. Stuff that has the zinc will not do that in it. That's why the sunscreen and the, what's the other stuff? Yeah. It's the sunscreen and the diaper rash. Yeah.
Alcohol also works, but you have to put it in the spray bottle and keep applying it. That evaporates the steam.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to spray alcohol around something to torch, so. But, yeah. Yeah, so any other questions? I mean, they don't let me touch stuff on here anymore. So, but let's see, you got the torches, you got the breaching, shoring, Do you want to see the? Can we see the trailer? Is the trailer still
Yeah,
there?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Derek, will you get the key for him? Thank you.
Yeah. So they got more of these. Very big hydraulic generator thing. Yeah. Oh, this is, oh, where'd Neil go? Oh, this will do electric and hydraulic. Yeah. A huge reservoir for the hydraulic fluid, I'm guessing. These are for shoring up trenches over here.
Okay, we're good. Okay. Yeah, we pulled them off the rescues because they weren't getting used. It's gonna take up some valuable space.
Man, I wish you guys got toll money.
Yeah, I know, that would have been nice. We tried.
No, they need that for the bike lanes.
And this is,
Yeah, the bike lanes are more important.
Yeah.
this is the trench trailer.
Yes. This
It's like a
structural
light,
collapse.
it's like a
Stretch.
light trench trailer.
Yeah.
If you've seen the red trailer, you would notice there's a lot more stuff
Yeah.
on the red trailer than this one.
Well, we only have 2 panels on here.